Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Indie Kid coming at you. This is the Orange Blazer. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you hit subscribe, and make sure you hit that thumbs up on there, or hit thumbs down if you don't like it. Either way, but appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you check out Talkin VAWLS. Check out the post-game basketball shows each week through the week, and then of course you got NCAA tournament coming up here pretty soon, getting into conference tournament action here in the next few weeks. So a little ways to go in the season right now, but again, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit that subscribe button for all the latest, as we'll keep you posted on anything going on, whether it's basketball, football, or what have you. But let's get into the week that was again with Tennessee basketball. 89-81 victory over Georgia on Wednesday night, and then yesterday was a 78-65 loss to LSU. As such a Jekyll and Hyde team right now, just so much inconsistency. And I was reading Rick Barnes' post-game comments yesterday, and he said that's the challenge right now, is the team is so inconsistent. I guess he's just having trouble coaching them, maybe. I'm not sure, but the thing about it is your younger guys are pretty much holding their own. It's your veteran guys that are really letting them down right now. And these guys are better than this. They are better than this. I don't know what's going on down there, but it's at this point, it's Springer and Keon Johnson are your main guys. I mean, Vescovi's been doing his job scoring. I know he's not a defensive specialist, and he's the one people like to pick on, but the guy scores. And he had 13 yesterday. He had 19 against Georgia. The guy's, he's doing it. His big things, his turnovers. Let's see, he had 5 against Georgia. He only had 2 yesterday, but he's more of a catch and shoot guy. He's not a true point guard, I don't think. But the guy's a good player, and I'll maintain that. We can sit and say he's a step slow, this or that, but the guy can score some points. And, he's probably the third most reliable, if not second most reliable scorer on the team right now. I would say third at worst, behind Springer and Keon Johnson. Springer's really taken over as the guy right now. He, yesterday, 21 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 30 points against Georgia, a big night against Kentucky. Keon had 10 points yesterday against Georgia. He had 11. So looks like Springer's kind of the guy. He's kind of the alpha right now, I do believe. Josiah-Jordan James has kind of picked his game up where he's anywhere from 10 or maybe a little more give or take right now. But this team has no front court presence right now. It's heavily guard-oriented. Fulkerson is he's struggling. He's getting some rebounds. He had 8 against Georgia. He had 5 yesterday, but Pons didn't. He had 3 points and 4 rebounds. Fulkerson came off the bench yesterday, which he still played 34 minutes, but he only had 4 points and 5 rebounds. This team down the stretch is going to need more from these guys, and there's no doubt about it. When they were playing at their best, these guys were doing their. Fulkerson seemed like fairly consistent, was double-doubles. Now he's not even getting a double in either points or rebounds right now. Pons was kind of doing a little bit of this. He only played 11 minutes yesterday, so he's a little more injured than we know right now. I know he tweaked it a couple of weeks ago. Can't remember who it was against now. Maybe it's Vanderbilt. I can't remember, but he's kind of been iffy ever since. But who knows with this team? The rankings come out yesterday. They had released the top 16 seeds, and Tennessee was a 3rd seed at the time. This team, is anywhere from if they finish strong, ran the table. I'm just theoretical. The way they're playing, they're not going to run the table, I don't think. But if they did, maybe won the conference tournament, I could see this team getting as high as a 2 seed. That's as high. But I don't know. I'm thinking the way they're going back and forth, probably 3. I'm thinking probably a 4 to a 5. So probably a 4 is my guess, which is going to put you in there with Gonzaga or Baylor, Ohio State. I can't remember who the 4th number 1 seed was right now as of yesterday. I can't remember if it was Villanova or who it was. I'll look it up here later on. But anyhow, this team needs more. The front court development is not happening right now. I mean, Anasicki was brought in to be a help. 3 minutes yesterday, not 1 rebound. Olivier Kama is providing the best minutes of the front court players right now. He only played 7 minutes, but he had 4 points and 3 rebounds. He's providing just as much as the others. And then, guys like Euros and Pember and these guys, they're not even playing. So Corey Walker, I thought maybe this will be a guy who got some opportunity. Was pretty highly thought of recruit coming in, and I don't know that he's played the first minute this year. I'm not sure what's going on there. I do know there was some injury, but I don't know if he's still injured or if he's just not ready. And there's got to be some front court development going on in Knoxville, because some of these guys you're bringing in are decent recruits, and they just need to be developed. There's not development going on like we saw a couple years ago when you had Grant Williams and those guys. There was some serious development going on with them, because Grant Williams wasn't highly recruited. Schofield wasn't highly recruited. Kyle Alexander wasn't highly recruited, or any of these guys. None of them were highly recruited coming in. But yet the development was there. Something's off right now. And I didn't feel the development was there last year, as I thought, what killed Tennessee last year. And of course, it was all for nothing since the season got cut short, but they couldn't finish games. They didn't have anybody that could handle the ball. You had to have Vescovi and roll early, and he played a big role immediately right there. There's just they're not developing guys right now the way they have. I don't know what is going on here, but, the guard play, they're carrying the team. They're carrying them. And Rick Barnes needs to go look in the mirror right now. I know he keeps going about defense, and the defense sucked yesterday. Let's make no bones about it. But there's bigger issues than the defense. I only gave up 78 yesterday. I gave up 81. Georgia put, 55 on them in the second half Wednesday night. So, defense is an issue, but, Rick Barnes needs to go look in the mirror right now. And don't get me wrong, I like Rick Barnes. He's a good coach. I don't know that he's ever going to win you a championship, just to be honest about it. He didn't at Texas, and I don't know that he will now. But, sometimes it's, he has stabilized this program right now and stuff. But I want to see Rick Barnes look in the mirror and figure it out. He's been doing this a long time, and he's getting paid really good money. That's his job, to figure this out right now. And of course, it doesn't matter how you're playing on February the 13th. All it really, truly matters is how you're playing come March. And, his team, if they get it together, everybody gets back on track, they've got a deep run potential. They have deep run potential. But they also have early exit potential if they don't. And, it just depends on which team's going to show up. I don't know how you get Fulkerson and Pons back. I think Pons is just more injured than anything. Fulkerson's the bigger concern, because this guy's done it. And he's still got it in him to do it right now. I don't know if it's just mental. Maybe he's hurt. I don't know. I've not heard of anything there. Maybe there's some injury going on with him as well. We'll see, guys. But, my concern with it even goes deeper than now. What's your front court going to look like moving forward? Let's say Pons and Fulkerson don't come back next year, which is a possibility. I would be surprised if Pons doesn't just go and go to the NBA next year. And Fulkerson's a fifth-year senior. He may be ready to, whether he's going to play professionally or whether he wants to get on with just whatever career he's gone into. But what is this front court going to look like next year? You've got Kennedy Chandler coming in, which is one of the highest ranked recruits in program history. But, you know, if Springer leaves, if Keon Johnson leaves, which I think is very real possibilities, I don't know if Josiah-Jordan James may have a decision to make as well. I mean, he was a 5-star coming out. He does show up in some mock drafts some. I don't know how ready he is to go right now, but I think he's a guy who could test the waters. I mean, you know, with this, it doesn't hurt for guys to test the waters, get some feedback, and then if they don't get what they want, they can come back. It's just like Pons did last year. But, you know, I'm concerned moving forward. Anasicki said he's coming back, but do you really want to take up that scholarship for a guy who can't get more than 3 minutes? Euros, Pember, these guys. Where's the development? You're going to have to develop them because unless they're planning on grad transfer, they're banking on some of these guys coming back. You're going to need some front court help in a big, big way. And I know they went after some guys and missed on them. But, you know, you're going to have to look at either grad transfer or, I don't know, maybe there's some, you know, guys that's out there late that they could still bring in recruiting-wise. But I have a big concern with next year's team right now based on everybody that could leave. But, you know, that's next year. You know, we'll worry about next year when we get there. But, yeah, I'm extremely concerned about next year. And where at one point I thought we would be okay moving forward, I don't now. But we'll see. Again, you know, Rick Barnes needs to look in the mirror down here and figure this out. What's going on with it? You know, I look at it, assist to turnover. They were in the plus yesterday, but it wasn't by a wide margin. Georgia assist to turnover. They were actually in the red right there. Very inconsistent with the ball. They don't have a true point guard. There's a lot of flaws where I just don't know what happened to the team earlier in the year that was just playing so well. The team that showed up against Kansas. Maybe the SEC is a little better conference than people's giving it credit for this year because it's, you know, I've had some tough games along the way. There's ended up being some good teams in the conference right now. Where at one point I thought Tennessee was the best team. Now they're not. Obviously, they're a little more down the line. But we'll see how this team finishes. It is good that these young guys have kind of taken over, but some of these veterans are going to have to help them. But that's about all I got for this week. We'll be back later this week. Let me see who we got this week. I should have known the schedule by now, but I know moving forward, the Florida game was changed right there. I know Florida was changed. You've still got Vanderbilt to make up. You've got South Carolina to make it. We're going to see what's going to come off with those right here. But I know right now, let's see here. According to the schedule, there's only 3 games remaining. Now it'll be interesting to see, do they make these up? You've got South Carolina this Tuesday at 8:30. You got Kentucky next Saturday at 1 o'clock. And then the following Saturday, February 27th, you got Auburn at noon right there at Auburn. So, you know, it's definitely some losable games right there. And with that week in between on Kentucky and Auburn, I wouldn't be surprised to see a game made up in there as well. But, you know, they may not make up all the games either. And they may just go into the conference tournament. But South Carolina coming to Knoxville. Both South Carolina and Kentucky coming to Knoxville, you need to have a 2-0 week this coming week. There's no doubt about it. There is no excuse for letting either one of those teams come to Thompson-Boling and beat you this week. But Auburn at Auburn will be a tough game. It is a winnable game, though. But Tennessee has not been playing the best in the world on the road. Ever since Missouri, I feel like road games have been a struggle. And they've had some bad showings on the road. So, but that's going to wrap it up for me today. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'd be looking for some post-game this week. And, again, anything with football, we'll keep you updated on that as well along the way. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Y'all take care. Stay safe. And I will see you next week.